can't even see. I'm in the shadow. Hello.
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 Hello, hello.
Hello.
Oh my gosh, should we talk about it?
We're gonna talk about it.
We could talk about it.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
Hi, Dazzy.
And we are the girlies that read. We don't. Oh my gosh. We don't have the book. Where's the book?
Hold that
One
thought.
moment, por favor. We can talk about it now.
Oh, she's upside down. Okay, we can talk about it now.
We were so prepared. We had these the whole time.
The whole time.
I didn't run away and get them at all.
No. The whole time they were here.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep. Welcome to our review and discussion of
Ballad of Falling Dragons
by Sarah A. Parker, which is the amazing sequel to When the Moon Hatched
Woo.
by Sarah A. Parker. When the Moon Hatched was published in January 2024. We had to wait all the way up until June 2026 for this masterpiece.
It's so good. Like, so good.
absolutely
And
phenomenal.
the amount of, like, reels I just saw of people, like, reading it and they were just, like, sobbing
Yes.
is very accurate.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did see one. There was another podcast. They were talking about Ballad, and one of the girls, she was like, she cried 26 times.
Yeah, no, I saw that. It was, like, every, like,
Like,
no, less.
it was like 40, 20
40
pages, something like that.
pages, yeah.
She was in tears, and I was
She was
like, dude,
crying.
I didn't cry quite that much. I cried a lot, so much, but like not quite that much.
Yeah.
But there were some absolutely brutal
There
moments.
were some very, very sad moments.
It wasn't just sad; it was brutal.
Okay.
Like,
I don't cry in books.
yeah, I know
it was
you
still
don't,
sad.
but you were still very emotional.
I was emotional, yeah, but I wasn't crying.
Yeah, she has no tear ducts, so nothing comes out. She's broken.
No.
Versus me, like, I get very emotional in books.
Mm-hmm.
It does take a lot for me, though, to be, like, sobbing, crying.
Yeah.
However, more recently, I keep finding books that keep making
That
me
just
cry.
like that just hurt your heart.
And, like, but this one,
This one.
like, with a knife just over and over again.
Yeah.
Oh,
But she's such a pretty book.
they are gorgeous. They're stunning.
Stunning.
I love the art design for this series. When I actually first saw the cover of Ballad, or like the first post, I was like, it doesn't match.
It doesn't.
But
It
then when you
does.
actually look at them close, side by side, it does match.
like the details, yeah, and especially the spines. Like the spines look
yes,
really good
it
together.
lines up beautifully.
Yeah, it looks really good. So I can't wait to see book 3.
Yes.
Actually, ready? Let me talk about a theory. This is my theory. So there's the 3 different types of the dragons.
Well, yeah, the third book will have the third
Surely
dragon
it'll
on it.
have the 3rd dragon
Yeah.
on it, obviously.
Makes sense.
Makes sense. That's my theory.
What are they called?
I can't remember now.
Got Moon Plume,
Yeah.
Saber Scythe,
And something else.
Molten Moor.
That's it. Isn't the Molten Moor? Which one's that one?
Molten Moor's the feathery one. That feathery one? Yeah, feathery one.
Yeah, it is.
That's the one that lives in, like, can kind of go anywhere.
Yeah. So I reckon. But then my thought was that it like each book would be heavily about that dragon. And then reading Ballad, I was like, oh, never mind. But I still bet that the Molten Moor is on the cover.
Yeah, I think it will. Because I think it kind of is, like, I suppose, like, because When the Moon Hatched is more about Rave finding about more of, like, where she came from and about her moon plume
Yeah.
and the connection to the moon in the sky, which she's obsessed with.
Which
And
makes
then
sense.
Ballad is obviously more about going on that story, continuing on, and more about her relationship with Khan and the evolution. And then
Mm.
also we get to know about more about his bond with his Saber Scythe.
Yeah, true.
And the ending,
Whew.
which
we
we
won't discuss.
is left kind of open and you don't really know what's happened. It kind of makes you question. And what I'm hoping for, my heart is hoping for, better happen in book 3. Otherwise, I will be completely obliterated. And I don't know if I'll be able to forgive Sarah ever.
Yeah.
Because it hurts the soul. But we're not going to be talking about the book 3 today. Today we're going to be talking about the Ballad,
Yay! Sorry.
which we need to have, I think, in the foreground.
Okay.
Give it a place on the wall.
Let's put.
So you can see it, constantly be reminded.
What are we
This is
discussing
what we're
today?
talking about.
Yeah.
And it's so pretty.
It is
It's
so pretty.
I think we, though, let's change up the norm. Normally we wait till the end to give our ratings. But I think we don't need to wait.
Yeah. Go on.
It's a 6-star masterpiece.
I gave it 5. Yeah, I haven't really rated anything 6. Oh my gosh, 6 stars.
You've never rated anything 6 stars.
No,
Which is fine.
but it's 5 stars.
Because you don't divvy out 5 stars left, right, and centre.
No, if it's a 5-star, it's a 5-star.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't often give them off vibes either. You know, like
Yeah.
people give like, this is a vibe, I had fun. No,
I'm
I'm
a
like,
vibe.
I need a good story for 5 stars.
I'm vibe.
Mhm.
Perfect example is Brimstone by Callie Hart.
Fair. I think I gave it like a 3.
You gave it a 2.
I gave it a 2.
You told me you gave it a 2.
Did I?
That's
can't
what you
remember.
told me, and I
Oops.
slightly, a tear
Let me
did
check.
shed
Let
when
me-
I found out that was her rating, because it hurt. I thought I could trust you, and you
Sorry.
broke my heart.
I want to go check now.
Today, this video is just about betrayals in my life. I'm changing the topic. Jazzy's betrayed me. Sarah Parker's betrayed me. I'm sure Penn Cole will betray me when Burn comes out.
Oh, don't start. There you go. That's the burn mention for this video.
Hey, we got to get it in every single time.
No, I rated it 3.
Ah, 3. You sure you didn't round it up for the...
Maybe I did. I try and keep it very rounded, but I gave it 3. I liked it. That was a vibe, but it was a vibe, but not a 5.
Could put that on a t-shirt.
There you go, should.
Well, yeah, so, but for me, I feel like with my
Go on.
ratings, I don't, like, not every book. I
Mhm.
feel like I'm very generous with my ratings in the sense, if I had fun, I'm not going to downgrade a book's rating because, let's say, for example, I didn't agree with one of the plot points.
Yeah, no.
Or if
no.
I don't, like, sometimes I give it takes a lot for me to go, this book was crap. There
Yeah.
have been some. There have been tons, like, not tons, but there have been some books I
A
go, no,
few
this was
times.
utterly terrible and it was painful to read.
Mhm.
That's definitely getting a low view rating. But I feel like I'm very generally
Pretty
3.5
good.
and up.
Yeah, pretty good with ratings. Yeah.
And I don't give, like, I'm not going to say, like, I'm willy-nilly with my 5 stars, but, like, I will give a book 5 stars for vibes.
Mhm.
I will give a book 5 stars for excellent writing, excellent plot, characters. If I
The
get to
whole
that end of that book and that book has
shebang.
stayed with me for whatever reason,
Yeah, fair.
it's a 5-star book.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
Which is why then I also have my 6 stars.
You're 6 stars.
Because 6 stars are the ones that literally have become a part of me.
Yeah.
And if you try to argue with me about them and you can try and bring any sort of
It's-
negative connotation.
It's not going to end well for you.
No.
This is your warning.
Yes. Because
Don't do
look,
it.
everyone is entitled to their opinion, but it's not an opinion I want to hear if it disagrees with mine. Keep it to yourself.
You're funny.
And because guess what? I
You're
have the
funny.
microphone, so
Yeah.
anyway. Look.
So, very, very good book. Very, very
Fantastic.
good sequel.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, that's understated. This is how you write a sequel.
Absolutely.
Like, because there are so many sequels, and there's always this constant thing, I suppose, when you get
But,
a
like,
sequel.
sequels flop because it's never as good as the first one.
Yes, because light water. I haven't even finished it, and I'm already done with it.
Anyway. I can't get defensive for a book I gave 2 stars.
Right.
Anyway.
But it's like, but there's that stigma of like when it's I think it's more second books than any other book in a series, especially when the first book has been like people go like, yes, it's amazing, it's fantastic, the hype is through the roof,
I think it's
and
because
people
they
are
have
so excited.
Yeah, they have that expectation.
Yeah, and
High
then
expectation.
yeah, very high, and then that high expectation can make it flop because it doesn't meet that expectation.
Yeah.
I also sometimes think authors can probably feel pressured, and they overthink. And then they try and make it too complicated or whatever, or they rush it and it gets...
Or they add a 4-year time skip.
Yeah. Are we going to keep throwing...
No.
I threw one dig in.
No, that's
You
it.
threw your... Okay,
That's
let's
it.
leave it alone.
Let's leave it.
Let's not touch that anymore.
Anyway.
Because we don't... This is not about that.
But anyway.
But I don't think one of the things that's beneficial for sequels is time taken. And because there's so many books at the moment, I think people like... authors
waiting on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, I don't want to wait. There's so many things they're waiting on. I don't want to wait. Like, get it out. And so authors and publishers are kind of like, well, let's push out content as fast as we can.
But it needs to be good content
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah. Quality content
Mhm.
can come out quickly. And I don't get me wrong. I will complain about having to wait for a book, but I'm also still okay to wait for a book
Mhm.
if this is what I'm going to get.
Yeah, no, absolutely valid.
Like, don't get me wrong. We didn't wait the full 2 years because we only read this book last year. So what, you read it in like February? January? March? First quarter of the year, I feel like you read it.
Nah, I read it in like December.
Oh, December, even earlier.
Yeah, so almost.
Oh, was it when I was reading Throne of Glass? You were reading it.
Yeah,
Ah,
so
well,
like
there you go.
December, Jan. Yeah.
Yeah,
I,
and then
I
I read
finished it like start of Jan.
Yeah, and then I read it a couple months later because she was like, "You need to read this book."
Yeah,
And then at the end, I was like, "Oh my god!" So we didn't.
Insane.
Yeah, so we didn't wait the full 2 years, but that still year was painful.
Yeah,
because
year
I
and a bit.
needed it
Mhm.
so much to know what was going to happen next, but worth it. And
Mhm.
look, if book 3 is going to take 2 years,
That's okay. We're happy to wait.
yep, for this quality of content,
Absolutely.
for
Thank
the
you, Sarah
writing,
Parker.
the plot, the emotional damage. I'm still looking for pieces of my soul and my heart. They're somewhere. I think I've lost them along the way. But yes,
Oops.
it was just, it is truly one of those things where you can go, this is how you write a sequel.
Yes.
And I'll also say, this is how you write a man. Oh my gosh. Let's talk about book boyfriend for a second.
Okay, go on.
Khan,
I need to hold my own hand while you say this. Go on.
look, for a very, very long time, which has pretty much been 12 months, because a little bit over 12 months, because I
Since
read
Throne
Throne
of
of
Glass.
Glass last year. So I was introduced to the man that is Rowan Whitethorn.
He's so good.
He is amazing. We
Yeah,
love
go on.
we love Rowan.
Yes.
Get that on a t-shirt.
Yes.
He's fantastic. And the relationship with him and Aelin in Throne of Glass is spectacular, beautiful, love it. It is emotional. It is everything you could want. By the end of it, they are goals.
Absolutely. And tell me why we were mid-ballad, mid-book, and Sarah's messaging me going, I think Rowan's been downgraded.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Khan! I'm sorry, this man...
He's top 5.
Nah, number 1.
He's top
I'm
5.
sorry.
I'll
Khan
give him
has
top
gone...
5.
Khan was, like, in my top 5 initially. Like, and he was, like... I think he might have been around the 3...
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
Rowan was 1. But
we
I'm
have-
sorry.
we
it's
have
now
the video.
Khan Rowan.
Yeah, we have a video. Go watch it.
We do
but
somewhere. But...
I think we need to revisit.
Okay, but that was us combined.
Yeah.
I think I did argue with you about where I wanted to put certain people, but you would just...
Yeah.
Carrion was...
Carrion was
sadly
low.
misplaced.
He was like 7. Yeah. Anyway. But yeah, so Khan is very, very high for you.
Oh, he's just... Look, it's one of those characters, I think, because a lot of the time we get characters that are very, like, I'll destroy everything for you, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
We obviously read a lot of enemies to lovers.
Yeah. But then he's very much still, I'll destroy the world for you, but it's like, I'll be here because you need someone right now.
Yes.
And very much, you need me to be strong and say, I believe in you, you can do this. I'm going to do that for you.
Yes.
And he puts his own emotions to the side, and then, yeah.
And the patience.
So patient.
Like, how many MMCs have we read? Like, don't get me wrong, they're amazing, but they're so impatient. And they get frustrated, and obviously, like, it creates tension, and
Yeah.
like, you know, you get all those heated moments between characters and stuff when there's the arguments and all that type of stuff. But the patience of this man just goes like
above and beyond. Above and beyond.
Honestly. And when we get to there's a certain section in the book where the two of them, like, he's kind of having to face like what
Stuff.
she's dealt with in the years that they were apart, and his eyes are like open to what's happening, and
That's
she's
so
just like,
sad.
it is okay, and he's like trying his hardest to be like strong for her,
Yeah.
and it's
she's like,
so heartbreaking.
that was a very sad scene.
And she's like, she even tells him at one point, she's like, just close your eyes, but he won't. He doesn't want to. I think he does.
Can't think of that.
But it's just like, oh my gosh.
Because she kind of makes him.
Look,
Don't look.
and it's the whole thing.
That scene really hurt.
Yeah,
Like, really hurt. That's all I'm going to say.
it did.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just, Khan is just amazing. And so as I said, this is how you write a sequel. This is how you write a man. This is how you just obliterate people.
Yeah. This is how you write dragons. Can we talk about the dragons?
Oh my gosh, yes, dragons.
I love dragons.
We got Moonfall, we got Saber Size, we got Molten Moors.
Molten
The
Moors.
dragon diversity in this.
It's so cool.
I love it.
So cool.
I love it. We were actually talking about this last night very briefly, how it was, we were kind of comparing the dragons to Fourth Wing a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was saying
there's,
how...
like, different species of dragons.
Yeah, like that.
Kind of.
So like the Fourth Wing, they have like the houses, like the colours.
Yeah.
Or the family trees, whatever you
The
want to call them. Houses.
Yeah. Hogwarts mentioned. No, yeah.
Gotta get that in there too.
But it's got like the different tales, and it means the different like
They've got different strengths, different weaknesses.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Sidetrack.
the dragons are so cool in this book.
They are. But I love the fact, though, that we got to see a lot more of it in Ballad.
Yes.
So I feel like, obviously, when the moon hatched, people talk about, that's like a dragon book. And the dragons are there.
But this is a dragon book.
We get more dragon riding, we get dragon fighting, we get all sorts of,
Yeah.
Shit is happening.
And dragons are there.
And we get to learn so much more about dragons and how they work and how they think. And the bonding process as well between humans. Or, sorry, they're not humans, they're fae. I keep forgetting they're fae.
But that
Between
was
fae
so
and dragons,
interesting.
especially,
so cool.
we learn more about the Sabersites. Because
Yeah.
Sabersites are the dragons who love heat. They don't deal well with the cold.
No.
The cold can actually kill them.
Yeah.
So they live in volcanic heat. They live at the bottom. Is it the bottom of the world? Or is it? Yeah, the bottom.
Yes.
Cause yeah. So they live in the south where it's hot, desert type of temperatures. They have they're basically their breeding ground.
No, it's the top. It's the top.
Is it the top?
The top is the burn.
Okay, yeah, okay. So they live in the
Anyway.
burn. So they live in the hottest part of the world essentially.
Yeah.
But their breeding ground is essentially on a volcano. And
Yeah.
you literally keep the eggs warm by pouring lava over them.
Which is
It's crazy.
it's crazy, but
also-
it's such a cool world building thing as well.
Yes,
it makes sense.
And we got to experience it, which was also really cool.
Yeah.
Because we did learn a fair bit about moon plumes in the book one, because we got a lot of flashbacks and stuff with the
Yeah.
diary entries, and we were learning
And how they're brought up and then bonded and all that fun stuff. Yeah.
And we got to see that. But then this one we got to see more of the Sabersites, and we got to see more of the Molten Moors. And I think it was
so good.
It was so good watching the world expand and just getting more dragons, because we can never get enough of dragons.
I love dragons.
Especially Jazzy. Jazzy
Yeah.
loves
I need a dragon. Actually, I could rate this 6 stars just for the dragons.
Rest
I'll
six
give you
star,
that. I'll
woo!
give you that. I'll give you that. Yeah. No, I think one thing that was very interesting, which we haven't mentioned yet, is the fact that there was so many POVs in this book.
Yes.
There wasn't 20, but
No.
there was probably what,
I
5,
think it was
6?
about 6.
Yeah, which is a decent amount.
Well, it is a jump, because for book one we had 2. Did we have Khan in book one?
No, I can't remember. Ready? Here's the thing. You should reread When the Moon Hatched.
Yeah, don't do what we did.
No, because we did.
I did a recap.
Yeah, I did too.
I listened to a couple of different recaps just to kind of get your brain pumping and it brings back
figuring
the
out what's
memories.
going on.
I think we just had Rave and the
Maybe
diary
1 or
entries.
2. Yeah,
I think that's all we had in book one.
I think that is it. I'm flipping
We
through it.
may have had one at the very end of with Khan.
Yeah, but it was mainly Rave.
So we pretty much stuck
my
with
gosh.
our main FMC in book one.
Yeah.
So we stuck with Rave the entire time, and then we had some diary flashbacks. But this
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
we had multi POV, and
And-
I am
Go on.
not the person. I'm not the biggest fan of when POVs are added. In the sense, if we start with one POV in
It's
a book,
weird to then get others.
yeah, when we go into book 2, and then you've added more, and then book 3, you add more again. In my head, I'm just kind of like, if you want to do multiple POV, can we establish that from the get-go? Because I like my expectations to be set, so I understand what I'm getting. Because that's also one of the ways I decide if I am going to keep going in a series.
Yeah, okay.
Because if I'm reading a book, and it might not be bad, but if my expectations aren't being, met, it ruins my reading experience. So I kind of want to know this is what I'm going to get as we keep going. And it's like, you wouldn't go from writing a multiple POV story to a
then
single POV.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Because then you're removing, you're changing what the story is. So, why do it the other way, if that makes sense?
But there, in this case, in this book, and also Quicksilver, book 1 wouldn't have worked as a duel.
Not
because
necessarily.
of certain things.
But, look, that's what I mean. There's
As a
always
full
there's
duel.
an exception.
Yeah.
There's exceptions to the rules. And while it's not my favourite thing, this, I think, is a good example of how it's done well. I did see another review that talked about how sometimes what happens when people add POVs, they don't really add to the main story.
Yeah.
They introduce additional stories or, whatever, but they're not enhancing the main focus. Whereas every single POV we got in Ballad enhanced Khan and Rave's story. They were connected really well.
Or it was saying something that's happening in the same time in a different place.
Well, yeah,
which was
but it's still
important.
interconnected. It all comes back by the end.
Yeah.
To the main story. It's not like a side story tangent.
Yeah.
Like, because obviously we're dealing with like 6 different characters in 6 different places at certain points. Like, a lot of the time, sometimes the characters are together, like Khan and Ravel are a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But we have other characters like, is it Kazari?
Yeah.
The princess?
We got a POV of her.
Yeah.
We got Vaya. We've got one other guy who was off, like, trying to tame the dragon.
Yeah, that's Khan's second in command. I can't remember his name off the top of my head.
Someone.
But like, so all of these characters though, they're all gonna come back. I think all but one. Which I think Khan's second in command is the only one who didn't end up relinking it by the end.
But I'm sure
But
it'll
that
come
will
into
happen
place. Yeah.
Next book, guaranteed.
Yeah.
But everything's kind of linking back into the main storyline.
Yeah.
It's not like a little tangent that's like, oh, this is like a little bit of a side quest that doesn't really have anything to do with anything else. We're just adding into stuff. And so I think, like, if you're going to do multiple POVs, that's how you do it. It's done very well. And also, I enjoyed the POVs. Like, having the...
they were fun.
Getting to know more of the characters and stuff that we did, I think it really helped and definitely increased the emotional damage.
Because you're like, oh, here's this character. Bam, something happens, change POV. And you're like, wait, I need to know what happened.
Yeah, there was no processing time in this.
No, there was not.
No.
Hi, Bailey.
Speaking of dragons, this is my dragon. No one wants to see that.
Yeah,
no one
turn
wants
around.
to
Turn
see
around.
that. Twist.
Yeah, this is Bailey.
This is my old girl. She
Cute.
fluffy. You're gonna behave yourself.
What did you think of Ballad?
Yeah, what was Ballad like? Purrs of approval.
Very good. 5 stars.
She was like, Mum was very comfortable to sit on when she was reading.
Aww, that's the best.
Yes.
But yeah, no, for this book, I was trying to explain it because, okay, my mum-in-law borrowed my copy, but I was trying to explain it and I was like, yeah, you should have reread When the Moon Hatched. And then I was trying to explain that I kept flipping back and forth because there's the glossary, like, of who people are, whatever the names are of the things, and then also the map. I like a map in a fantasy book. Wanted to know where everyone was, and they're all traveling, where they're going.
I will say, I did try and look a couple of times. I was like, where are they exactly?
Yeah, there was once or twice it wasn't on the map.
Yeah, the titles aren't on the map. And I think it might be because it's not like a everyone knows it's here type of thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, unless you from there, like the what's his name? Not the Beggar King. Beggar King? The Scavenger King.
Scavenger King.
The Beggar King, I think that's from like a Disney movie.
What?
I don't actually, it might even be like a Barbie movie. Anyway.
Go on. The Beggar
but like
King.
his kingdom, I feel like no one really knows where he is. Like, it's not like common knowledge where he resides. Because it's not on the map.
It's somewhere
'Cause
near
it's
something. It's like
It's
here.
around here. That's where it's around, because it's in that area. But it's not labelled directly.
Maybe it's under the clouds. Maybe. Yeah. No, but I was very much flipping back and forth. Because then I'm trying to, like, I'm not one for the pronunciation either. Like, you kind of just say how you say it. But
the pronunciation guide, though, is very good for this one as well.
Yes, it's very good.
Very
I
good.
generally
Sometimes
don't
pronunciation guides are terrible, and they don't help. Also, if you really want to know how to pronounce stuff, audiobook it.
Yeah. But I would recommend not looking at the family tree. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, look. Let's talk about that point, because you wanted to talk about that a little bit. Because
Okay.
I had noticed in her notes, she was like, why are you writing something negative? There's nothing negative to talk about. and your point, so what was your point?
This is my point, is that there are reveals that happen, even in When the Moon Hatched, because I was discussing this with my mum-in-law.
Oh, because that's how I worked it out.
That's how I worked it out very early, because she was audiobooking it, and because I had the physical book, she wanted to see, like, the map, because obviously you don't get that in the audiobook. So I was like, yeah, here's my copy, like, to have a little look-see. And we're like, oh, this doesn't make sense for what we know is happening in the book with the family tree. And I'm like, okay, we're going to move on. And then the reveal happens, something, obviously to do with the family tree. And then you're like, wait a second. Why is that a big reveal in book 1? But then if you look at the family tree, you already know. And then in book 2, even say it's the same family tree, like nothing changed. But then it's like, oh yeah, by the way, this big reveal happens in book 2. And it's like, for the characters, it's so sad. And
it's very impactful.
It's heart-wrenching, very impactful. And they learn, like, different characters learn of it at different times. But like there was this big scene and the big build up, and it's like, boom, here's the bomb dropped. But like we already knew. And I was like, I was emotional. I was emotional for the characters, but I wasn't emotional because I'd already known for 2 books.
Yeah.
That's how I felt.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it would have been better.
And it does it twice because there's 2 elements you find out.
There is.
And we actually were talking about this just before we started filming.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't remember if one of, like, I know for a fact, like, because I read When the Moon Hatched after Jazzy.
Yeah.
And I was messaging her as I read it. And there was a couple of times I was like, I reckon this is it, this is that, this is this.
And I'm sitting here like.
She's like, how the hell has she worked this out so quickly?
Yeah.
And I was just like, well, I was flipping back through the family tree because I was trying to like remember who everybody was.
And obviously it's right next to the glossary and right next to everything else.
Yeah,
so you're gonna
like
see it.
So it's just one of those things. I'm like, so I was like halfway through the book and I went, oh, I know what the big reveal is.
Yeah.
And like, don't get me wrong, it was still cool to get to the end of the book and have it confirmed. I was like, haha, I was right, because I love that. I love that sensation. I was like, I worked it out.
Yeah, right.
But it did kind of take away, like, if that family tree wasn't in the book, and you read that and you go, oh damn.
Yeah,
like,
because it's very important and very impactful.
Yeah, because I also think, like, if without the like, you could definitely work it out. I feel like it's not something you would
You
wouldn't
figure
get
it out from page 1, but
No.
you would get there in the end.
No, but like if you looked at the family tree and you went okay before you read it, and then you started reading it, and then you might kind of go huh, and then if you glance back, you would give it away possibly. But
yeah, it would.
If you never looked at the family tree, you could still possibly work it out. But there's also, I feel like if you took it out and you just didn't have it as a reference,
I think it would be better.
Or have a warning that says do not refer to family tree until after you've read book.
Or like if the family tree then got updated for book 2 to be like, this is what we as the readers know.
Something. Yes, make it something like that. Because it also, I feel like it is, because it is at the back of the book, I suppose, like normally for me, I don't look at glossaries and stuff at the back of books.
I did for this because there's so much going on.
Yeah. It is, especially because it is high fantasy and like
you need it.
Certain things like even like when like the characters will refer to day, it's not even spelled D-A-Y, it's spelled D-A-E.
Yeah,
and
so
like
there's the whole
time
system
and it's all
everything.
just So like even reading Ballad again, I had to keep double checking what certain phrases meant.
Yeah.
Like they were talking about moon phases and I was like, wait, is that a day or is that a week or is that a year? And I couldn't remember.
Yeah, who knows?
So I had to keep checking for that. And then it was like, right, okay, that's that. So those type of things, it does, like, I still think the payoff in book 2 when those elements are revealed.
Oh, yeah.
It is shocking.
It's very impactful.
But it also is happening, though, at the same time as very other painful moments are happening. So it's not just the only thing that's going on. Like, it's still, like, there's still so many things happening that really just make it, like, it's brutal.
Absolutely.
But brutal. It was also, like, if you didn't know and you have that happen, you'd be like
you'd have to
would not recover.
Down. No, you'd have to put the book down and walk away for a minute.
Yeah. But, so it's just, look, yes, I agree with that point. Probably not a good idea to have that just readily available.
Because I feel like, again, I haven't written a book, but it's my assumption. When you write a book, you've got notes everywhere, like the drawing board, everything. Yeah. I feel like this is something that was on the drawing board and, like, snuck its way into the book.
Maybe.
Like, if it was not in the book,
Well, like, if you're looking at the family tree for the first time before you've read When the Moon Hatched, obviously, you would not realise that what information you're digesting. Like, it's not going to give... Like, if you don't know who the characters are, you just look at it and go, okay, well, that's that person, blah, blah, blah. And then you just forget about it and move on. You probably wouldn't even notice. But if you're like me who kept flicking back and was like, I'm trying to work something out here because something's not quite right. And I went, haha, ding, ding, ding.
There it is.
Either way.
Moving on.
So, yes. So, maybe don't have family trees that reveal important
major
plot information.
Plot points. Don't do it.
At the end of the book. And this is our warning to you. If you have yet to read this series, don't look at the family tree.
Don't do it. That was
until
my big
you
warning.
finish the entire series.
Yeah. Legit.
Actually, wait. At this point, you could finish Ballad and then you can look at it. It's safe to look at it.
Yeah, you can look at it after that. That's fine.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. One other thing I would like to mention, before we wrap this up,
go on,
is the way questions are answered, and then more questions are established. Because one thing I feel like does happen in series is you will have questions, and then you get more questions and more questions and more questions, and then the answers you get aren't like enough. So you still have these questions that are burning from book one.
Like Quicksilver. I was trying to think of an example. maybe.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Either
Okay.
way,
Go
let's
on.
not get sidetracked.
Sorry.
But I feel like, because, like, yeah, so it can kind of just go on, and then you get to the end of the book, and you get all the questions, blah, 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 and it's kind of like information explosion. Everything kind of happens at once, and it's like, yes, great, you got the answers, but I feel like what Ballad does really well is we get so many questions answered that we had established in the Moon Hatched, and then new questions are set up as to what's going to happen
and
in the
somewhat
next
answered.
book. Not all of it,
Oh,
though.
yeah, no,
like, we get, obviously, you have, like, questions that are, like, for a scene. You get the question, you get the answer. Some of them you get the answer that was from, like, halfway through when the Moon hatched, and now you finally have an answer. But then other things are set up to keep you going. So you're not spending the entire wait for the entire trilogy to find out one thing. It's a good process of give
and take.
And I think it's one of the things I think that keeps readers going with this book is the fact that it's just delivering and delivering and delivering, and it's just never ending.
Yeah.
Can I help you?
No, I think that's a very nice way to put it. Yeah, a good way to put it.
Yeah, and I just think, so it's one of those things, because I think Sarah A. Parker does it very, very well.
Yeah.
I have her other series. We both do.
Yeah, we do.
It's a dark Rapunzel retelling.
Was it Rapunzel?
I think it's Rapunzel.
Yeah, something. Haven't read it yet.
So Bleeding Crystal Bloom is what it's called. And I'm very excited to read that because I'm very curious to see
if it's like similar.
I want to see how
in
her
the
writing
sense.
translates in a different type of story.
Yeah.
Because there's no dragons. It's fantasy, I believe.
So it can't get 6 stars, basically. Sorry. Yeah, go on.
But I'm very curious to see how her writing translates into that type of story.
Yeah.
Because she did write it, I believe, before When the Moon Hatched.
Yeah, I think
because
so.
it was. I think it was. Yeah, it was
now.
an indie published initially, and it's being traditionally published.
Yeah,
but she hadn't finished the series, so I think book 4 will be the first one that's
Is
direct.
there 4 or is there 3?
No, I think there's 4.
I don't remember now. Anyway,
because I think the first 3 were indie, and now they've all been so the book 3 is set to be re-released.
Yeah.
And then I think book 4 will be
okay.
Anyway, sidetracked.
Anyway,
but yeah,
it's just. I just
think it's I think she's just got a very beautiful, fantastic way of writing.
Yeah.
And I also want to I was very fortunate I got to meet Sarah A. Parker last year. Went to a book event in Melbourne. I got all of my books that I owned by her.
I was looking. You got it signed.
Sadly, Ballad obviously is not signed. And they're personalised signed, which is even better.
It says, ready, this is what it says. To Sarah. Love, Sarah. Which I think is funny.
I love it too.
Yeah.
Also, will admit, Sarah A. Parker does have her own Khan. She even admitted,
obviously.
She did admit that her husband did inspire some parts of Khan, which makes me go, oh yeah, he's a good listener. He's patient. Also, she talked about the fact that he gave up his career so he could be a stay-at-home dad so she can pursue writing. How amazing is that?
Yeah. Couple goals.
That is a real man. A man who doesn't need to be the breadwinner and knows how to support his family. I'll take one, please.
Where to find?
Yeah, please let me know. Anyway. This is my phone number. Call me. Nah.
Just dox yourself on YouTube.
Oh,
yeah, don't do that.
Real smart. Anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, so overall for me, Ballad of Falling Dragons is an absolutely spectacular sequel.
Amazing.
Book 3 cannot come out soon enough. I am still emotionally recovering, and I haven't actually really read anything properly since. I've realised. I finished this. Read a contemporary book, which I did enjoy. It was great.
Yeah.
Then I tried to read Light Wilder.
And then paused on that.
Got through like 70 pages, and it's been about 6 days since I've touched a book.
So we need to find you another dragon book.
Possibly. I do know what I want to read next. I want to get through Light Wilder and just get it over with. Because, look, it's disappointing so far. And every review I've seen has not been good. But that's beside the point. Anyway, sorry. Ballad, amazing, fantastic, spectacular. If you have not read the Moonfall series, highly recommend.
Go read it. Absolutely. This is... No, genuine. Because when I started to get back into reading, and Ryan took me to a bookstore, and he goes, you get 2 books, this is your birthday present. And I was like, great, that's amazing. And then decision fatigue, I'm standing in the bookstore, and I'm like, what do I pick?
You can't limit books. That's just cruel.
No, it was actually really sweet. Anyway, we spent like an hour and a half, 2 hours in this bookstore because I was going, I don't know what to pick, I don't know what to pick, I don't know what to pick, because I didn't know it was a surprise. And then I was like, guess I'm going to Book Talk. And so I was scrolling and I was like, what if people rated really highly? And it was When the Moon Hatched. And so that's why I picked it up.
And look, it changed our lives for
And
the
it's
better.
so good. So good.
So good.
So good.
But there you go.
That's all I have.
There you go. That is our review of The Ballad of Fallen Dragons.
Wow.
An absolute epic masterpiece.
Beautiful
Sarah A. Parker
book.
is a queen.
Mm-hmm.
But if you'd like to know more of our thoughts, we both have our own separate reviews.
What?
You can go check them out on our Instagram and TikTok.
Whoa.
You can find the links on the screen. So if you want, you can follow us there separately. You can find me at Quill Scribbler.
Mm-hmm. And I am at What Jazzy Reads.
Beautiful. And if you want just more from us, girlies combined together, our chaotic energy, you can follow us at Girlies That Read at all these platforms you can see on the screen. For the graphic I'm going to put down here, that has all the links. You can also find our link tree in our page bio if it's easier for you to get there.
Go get there.
But thanks for joining us today. If you did enjoy, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Let us know your thoughts on When the Moon Hatched and on Ballad or just the Moonfall series. Let us know, have you read it? Have you not read it? Are you going to read it?
Why haven't you read it yet?
How many times did you cry? Are you now emotionally attached to a piece of paper, which I realize we never talked about, but it's probably a good thing because I would have started crying.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
But thank you for joining us today. We will see you soon with another video. But until then, bye.